What's going on, guys? Cheat Clapper 97 here, back again with another video. Hope you guys are all having an absolutely fantastic day. I know I am. If you are, be sure to press the like button. Otherwise, no joke, no scam. I will hack your TikTok and make you follow me. Yeah, that's right. I actually do have a modicum of TikTok fame, and I will hack your TikTok unless you press the like button. So the other day, me and Grant were hanging out talking about back in the day when we were in school, you know, just really out there laying down the law. And he started reminding me about this one kid that we had a PE class with that actually might have been the grossest, cringiest kid I've ever encountered in my entire life. And I realized that you guys just really needed to hear about him, all right? I know you guys love when I talk about weird people that I met throughout my life, and this kid is definitely up there, okay? Might actually be the nastiest person to ever exist. I will warn you that this story gets pretty out there, so if you're sensitive to funny things, I would click off the video now. But if you're gonna be a savage and not ask your parents' permission to go to disneychannel.com and watch this video anyways, welcome aboard. Without further ado, let's get into it. The nastiest man to ever exist in the history of the planet. So I don't know if any of you guys have been in a boys' locker room, all right? All you girls out there, probably not. It is the most sanctuous, peaceful, holy place in the history of boyhood, you know? Just kidding. It's a pigsty, all right? I'm not gonna lie. Boys' locker rooms are a lot like, you know, the bad parts of Africa, okay? There's feces everywhere. It smells terrible. People are putting on way too much Axe deodorant, you know, typical Africa things. That's a joke, by the way. Please don't sue me, PETA. I don't know why PETA would be involved, but like, just someone don't sue me, all right? It was a joke. It was a joke. And for the most part, if you're a normal human being, you kind of keep your head down in the locker room and just kind of change and go out and like spend as little time in the locker room talking to people as humanly possible. You know, that's what most normal people do. Sadly, most teenage boys are not normal, and 9 times out of 10, the locker room devolves into just like the most absurd, stupid things you've ever seen in your entire life. Like, I'm not even kidding. Something about the locker room just actually makes people insane. I don't know if it's something in the air or the massive stench of BO, but something in locker rooms just makes guys act really stupid. And there was this kid named Jacob, and Jacob was already a bit of a weird kid, all right? He didn't have many friends, but for some reason, he took the locker room as the ultimate time to just be even weirder, all right? Like when everybody else is like, huh, Jacob, maybe, I don't know, not light an Axe can on fire and make it explode. He was like, did someone say something? Boom, the Axe can would explode. Like this guy was just constantly going out, and he was already a pretty weird kid, but in the locker room, he somehow got even weirder. So, obviously, you know, these aren't the greatest things you've ever seen in your entire life, weird people in a locker room, but this kid just had a knack for making things even worse. And to give you an idea of the type of stuff this kid would get down to in the locker room, the example of him making a explosion out of an Axe can isn't a lie, all right? He basically set up an Axe can to explode, threw it in a locker, and just made a giant boom. Like that was our first experience with him in the locker room. That was in the first week of school. So within the first week, everybody kind of knew that this kid just tended to do really crazy stuff in the locker room. And you know, I understand sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Sometimes you gotta go out and have a good time. But when every day you're like lighting something on fire or like trying to cause an explosion or just screaming, you know, sometimes he would just scream for no reason. Like me and Grant would really be sitting there talking about Overwatch, and this kid would just be like like as loud as he could. I don't even know what he was doing. He was just screaming all the time. You know, it gets pretty old really quickly. Being annoying is only funny for like the first 7 times you do it. And I know you guys are thinking, Ryan, the title is the nastiest guy to ever exist, okay? This doesn't sound nasty, he sounds annoying. You can name it the most annoying person to ever exist, but this isn't too nasty, and trust me, we're getting there, guys. So something else about locker rooms is, I don't know why, but personal hygiene just isn't a very common thing, okay? Something about locker rooms make people be like, hey, I should just not be clean, and I should do gross stuff, because I don't know, people think it's funny. And like, you know, I love to be clean, okay? I hate being dirty, bro. If I could shower every day, all the time, forever, I would. Like, I already do shower once or twice a day, guaranteed. I just don't like to be dirty, so that never appealed to me. But I mean, if you want to smell like fish sticks and Doritos and sardines, and like, that's on you. And Jacob was one of these kids that really liked to stink, all right? I don't know if showering like was against his religion or whatnot, but I'm telling you, I think this kid might have showered maybe once a week, like if it was lucky. And we didn't shower at school. I think that's weird. If you shower in the locker room, bro, like you're even weirder than peeing with your pants down at the urinal, all right? Like that's the level that you might have achieved if you actually shower in the locker room. But you guys are picking up what I'm putting down. This kid just did not smell good ever, and I don't get that, all right? I personally feel like smelling bad is the worst thing you could possibly do. Like if you don't like to shower and you want to smell bad all the time, that's kind of whack. At least in my opinion, that's kind of whack. But whatever, Jacob was already kind of nasty because he smelled like he rolled around in fish guts while single-handedly fighting every single stench that's known to man, all right? Like, he rolled around in the scent of BO while also singing a song about how he wants to meet Oscar the Grouch just to rub up on him, all right? Like, that's how nasty this guy was. But somehow, it gets even worse, and this is the climax of the story, ladies and gentlemen. This is when I knew that something was definitely 100% verifiably wrong with this kid. So I never really had one-on-one interactions with Jacob. I would just kind of watch from afar as he did weird things and smelled bad. You know, you could smell him from a mile away, so I didn't really want to get any closer, like, at all. But one day I'm sitting there on the bench. Grant wasn't at school that day, so I was really just being a loner, and I was like, man, I'm really bored. Like, there's no one to talk to. I didn't really get along with a ton of kids in that class. So I was like, just chilling, keeping to myself. And Jacob walks up to me and he goes, hey, Ryan. And I'm like, hey, Jacob, what's up, dude? Like, how you doing? You know, I'm not one to just be mean to people for no reason, even if they smell like terrible, because I don't know, maybe he's got some home stuff going on, maybe he's got a genetic condition that makes his BO worse. I'm not gonna stand next to you, but if you come up to me and you're chill, I'll be chill back, all right? I'm not mean. So he kind of walks up to me and he's like, hey, Ryan. I'm like, hey, Jacob, what's up, bro? Like, what's going on? And he goes, can I show you something funny? And I'm like, yeah, sure, man, sure, why not? Let's see something funny, because sometimes you just gotta full send and have an adventure. And he says, okay, come with me. And he starts walking to the bathroom. And like, the layout of this locker room was basically, you walked in and the lockers were on your left, there were showers on your right, and past the showers was this little enclave where there were sinks and urinals and like a bathroom, like the bathroom, right? So he's like taking me to the bathroom, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I don't know what he's gonna show me that's funny in the bathroom, but chances are I'm not gonna want to see it. But it's too late now. I'm already committed. I'm already halfway to the bathroom. What am I gonna do? Turn around and walk away? I don't think so. I'm a man, and I know this is gonna be funny because it's a weird kid, and weird kids always do funny things. So we get to the bathroom and he says, go look in the sink. And I'm like, okay, Jacob, I'll go look in the sink just for you, my weird friend. So I'm approaching the sink cautiously, all right? Kind of like Steve Irwin approaching an alligator, you know, where you're a little afraid that you might get your hand bitten off, but at the same time, the rush of the adventure is most of the fun, you know? Like, sometimes you just gotta send it, and I'm approaching it slowly. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit nervous. I got some butterflies in my stomach. I don't know what Jacob put in the sink. Maybe it's a human head. Might be a dead frog. I'm not really sure. But I get to the sink, and ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, I am shocked, flabbergasted, absolutely disgusted at the sight that I see. You see, it appeared that Jacob had emptied his bowels into the sink. Yeah, that's right. This kid had actually dropped a whole dookie in the sink. In the sink. The toilets were 5 feet away, bro. Literally 5 feet away. And this man just went, nah. Dropped drawers and pooped in the sink. Who does that? And then, not only did this kid poop in the sink, first of all, he pooped in the sink. That should be enough to end the story right here, right? That it's pretty nasty. He had the nerve to come find me. I've never talked to the kid before, and talked to me about it and wanted to show me it. Like, excuse me, you pooped in the sink. Let me get your thought process right. Man, now that I have pooped in the sink, I better go find a stranger that I have never really interacted with just to show him this, because he will be impressed and we will become boys. And when we are boys, I will be able to hang out with him. And when we hang out, we will go to parties where I will then meet the love of my life, fall in love, have children, and I will teach my children to poop in the sink. It will become a family tradition. And at Christmas, we will all gather around the sink and take turns defecating in it in order to create a Christmas bonding experience. Like, how in the world did you ever think that this was going to be a good idea? Ever? Because it's not. It's just not. Pooping in the sink is a 0 out of 10 idea. No matter who you are, I can guarantee you that no one's going to be very impressed by this. So he shows me this and I'm like, okay, and he's like, isn't it funny? And I'm like, I mean, not really. Like, okay, out of context, yeah, it's hilarious, but not for the reason he thought. He thought the poop was funny, like the actual poop was funny. What was funny was the kid showing me this in the sink, right? So I'm kind of like, okay. And then as we're looking at it, another kid walks by and he just starts screaming, yo, somebody pooped in the sink, yo, somebody pooped in the sink. And like the entire PE class comes rushing over. They're like, yo, who pooped in the sink? Dude, somebody pooped in the sink. Oh, bro, can you believe that somebody pooped in the sink? So now the entire locker room is just like frantically running around talking about the sink poop, and everybody, like the teachers are like, what do you mean? They come in, they realize that somebody actually pooped in the sink. The entire class is losing their collective minds over the fact that there is in fact defecation sitting in the sink. And they call the janitor, and the janitor's like, who pooped in the sink. So obviously they're trying to figure out who pooped in the sink, and there's no cameras in the bathroom, so they can't really know. And everybody like kind of thinks it was Jacob, but I ain't gonna snitch, all right? Like, listen, he might be weird. He might have shown me his sink poop, but I'm not snitching on the guy. And basically, the PE teachers had to try to figure out who pooped in the sink all day, which was probably the weirdest day of work they've ever had. As far as it goes, you know, I think, hey, honey, how was your day? Good, I had to figure out who pooped in the sink. Definitely is up there as a weird one. Regardless, I don't think Jacob ever got caught. I never snitched, and I was the only person who really knew he did it outside of him. But moral of the story, kids, don't poop in the sink and show strangers, because strangers will not appreciate your sink poop as much as you think. And yeah, that's the nastiest guy I've ever met. I'm gonna give credit. I definitely think it might be the nastiest guy ever. If you guys disagree and you have someone nastier, I don't want to know the story, because I just don't want to know. But on that note, guys, that's going to do it for the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to press the like button. Let me know in the comment section down below what you thought of the video. Absolutely the best people to ever exist. Today's notification shout out goes to Brinley Pinch. Big shout out to you for having on notifications. If you want a notification shout out, all you got to do is send me a screenshot of your notifications being on for this channel to my Instagram @Scrubby, and I shout somebody out every day. But on that note, I'm going to go clean my sink. I'll see you guys tomorrow with another video. Don't get anyone pregnant. If you do, make sure they're hot. I wonder what Jacob's doing right now, guys. Peace out.